Okay, Kling 2.0 looks very exciting. It's very expensive. It costs around 5 clips of a normal Kling 1.6 generation. And if 1.6 is already expensive enough, we're complaining that on that doesn't have a unlimited plan. But I'm looking at other services and I realize that you get what you pay for. In other services, I don't think you can animate like on Minimax, right? You can't animate crowds, big scenes. It tends to blur out faces. It tends to start having morphing issue. Where with Kling, whatever they're doing behind the scene, they can do crowds. They can do quite a bit of crowds scenes, and take a look at the scenes right here. I'll showcase this one, where you have an entire scene of nothing but people. And I figured out the only problem that you can run into with and look at the water on the ground is amazing too, right? And the water surface can do something like this. So I think Kling is putting your money to good use in terms of getting back to you the result, and that is a good thing. You want a surface in the video AI scene where they go all of the way and go that extra mileage for you, and it probably costs them a ton, right? On API hardware, they probably have way more computing power behind it than say unlimited surface like Gen 4 or Luma. Luma is quite powerful. Right? Gen 4 is quite powerful. The Premiere, the Tier 1, but they have their own thing going on, and they're working within an unlimited plan package. And then I think Kling is still worth it. I had 2 months of premium on this thing, and then I missed it. I miss not having it because it's just giving me so much value. This one I had a basic plan, and on my basic plan there is no daily bonus with it, and so the price is quite steep. But because I'm so familiar now with the platform, I logged in over 1200 video clips. I just know when it can do something and when it can't. And the only problem you can run into crowd scenes with Kling is when you have 2 or more subjects. And for this scenes, right, I just group all the little people into a single subject. I call them a crowd is moving, a group of minors here in this case, and that is a single subject, and the AI is not confused by it. Okay, but if you have multi-subject doing different things, right, then that's when there's a problem. And let's take a look at this scene here, where I try to work around. Okay, so before, when I didn't know better, I would try to prompt the main subject, the main focus on the scene. This guy walking, right? I will prompt him as an individual character, while the crowd behind the scene, I will prompt in another group of people behind the scene walking. But if you go like that, the overcomplication tends to create problems for the AI. So for this scene here, I'm getting smooth. The whole scene, all the people in the scenes are moving in the natural order, and you just try to prompt in as a single subject, and then not try to have the AI overwork it by doing multiple things. That's all. You don't want 2 subjects when you're doing a crowd scene. That's all there is. That's when it starts to overwhelm. And the result of being overwhelmed is sometimes the people behind the scene wouldn't move the way you want it to. I find yeah. Okay, so now let's look at I want to go over some of the color 2.0 scenes. For some reason, I couldn't get past the 2D drawing. I was like, I was like on the Kling official YouTube channel. They were talking about how color is now the more cinematic, more realistic. So I put me this sci-fi element. Maybe it's a sci-fi element that's bulking into a cartoon scenery. Maybe if I was doing modern, normal real life, it would have been better. I don't know. But I for the sixth image I was doing, I popped in cinematic realism. I figured that would work because that works on one way, right? And it doesn't work here. Here, yeah, I don't know what's happening. But despite that, it's worth a study. I think because it, he is incredibly good at prompt adherence. Everything I typed in, I got. The woman is pale skin, brown hair, blue eyes, and then wearing the brown robe, and then the crystal city behind the scene, and then the framing of the sea in the white frame, glimmer with sunlight. I got the reflection. It gave me everything, and I typed in quite a bit of things, and it's very good. The little kids in the background playing, that's also good. But yeah, there's no but. It's beautiful. It's just that I couldn't get it to be a photorealistic normal picture for some reason. Well, the robe is quite beautiful. The robe on the woman is quite beautiful. Yeah, and I usually don't engage with the image generator, but it's all new and it's high resolution too. Yeah, it's quite detailed. Let's move on to the next one. For the next one, I try to be a little more dark and gloom. Just to switch it around, right? I had a Lovecraft character. I quite like the waist on the girl. Quite sexy. And then but yeah, again, I'm getting digital character that and I don't know why. I typed in cinematic hyper realism, even photo realism. I tried to do it twice, right? Oh, surely it works, and then it doesn't work. This reminds me of when I first started Midjourney, and then for some reason, as a new Midjourney user, there's a lot of little things like if you prompt in the character reference character, and then you have an image reference, right, of a set location, the scene come back like a little watered down, and then you have to do a variance on it, just to give users existing scene on the image, and they will load up a better photo. I didn't know as a new user. I don't know what's going on here. The rose on the head is quite nice. The environment where I prompted the gloomy here. There's I think I put some mood modifier in here. A Lovecraft horror scene, haunted house, and then yeah, the environment is good. The environment, it looks really horrifying, at least. Let's move on to the next. But they also don't look half bad. Like I will post these on my Instagram account and just use it as some kind of promotional still or something. It reminds me of the Flux model when it comes to digital art. It's alright. I like the texture on the sunset here on this thing. It fits the Sumerian god element that I was trying to do. And I had some Anunnaki god that is supposed to be big and tall, and give me very long legs, which is kind of neat to see the elevated statue of the deity. And then what really impressed me was is the people in the scene. The clothing on the people. There is no repeat clothing in the people if you look closely, and that's quite impressive. You can do a lot with that. I don't know how to pull it off. I had never seen another image generator where they give this much variable variance, and they really went the extra mileage here. Or they try to have a no repeat of character, and I think the model here is superb. That's quite impressive. And then everything the environment just looks very different too. For this one, I wanted just a little more pink, a little more fantasy, mystical, and it got me that. I was using this as a test bed to see how the training model is for the Asian company that is Kling, and then it came back quite nice as a 2D art anyway. It's not bad. It's not bad. I would totally put this on my Instagram account, and then just to promote some skin. Nothing is wasted. It's quite nice. Cyborg, the obligatory CGI cyborg character. The clothing is pretty good. I thought that in some cases this is more detailed than some of Flux Ultra picture. The background was full. There's computer monitor, there's a scientist. The computer station is also quite detailed. The monitor system, it's good. This is as close as to the photorealistic I got. And then it's pretty awesome. Not too close. And then the Chinese model Kling doesn't seem to be too fringe about copyright. If I wanted the Diablo video game Diablo character giving me the exact same horns, and Midjourney won't do this. Midjourney had this wild generative AI that deliberately throw off any copyright infringement. Where people were complaining how they couldn't get a Kung Fu Panda to be wide enough a departure from the DreamWorks IP, and that's the same case here with the Diablo character. The mansion scene is kind of interesting too. I'm not used to seeing the prompt giving me this kind of mansion, and then the Kling model is doing something uniquely different. And maybe I'm just doing fantasy creature, and then it locks me to 2D animation. Maybe if I did something more plain, it wouldn't be so. Maybe that's the only problem. Or if I did something, click a button I didn't understand, I will never know it. I just don't use this thing often enough. But it it's alright. It's alright, and I guess that's all I wanted to say. Color 2.0, yep. My favorite will be this one. It's because the sun is so vibrant. If I figure out how to get to the photorealism, I'll probably drop a clip and let people know. I'll add a little clip here at the end to give some guide to what I learned from my third month of Kling. I find that if a character open the scene with an open mouth, right, Kling tends not to close the mouth. It tends to be frozen in place in there. Like the AI, it doesn't quite register. I think in one way, if the mouth is open, you can close it, but in Kling, it doesn't know what to do with it. You kind of sort of get stuck on a full 5 second with an open mouth scene like this, and it happens to me quite a few times. I have another scene where another character is open mouth exaggerated, and it just won't close, and it came off a little weird. And that's something to watch out for this platform in particular. Minimax doesn't seem to have a problem with this. It's just a Kling training model. Yep. So I just want to showcase when you have an individual subject for crowd scene. What that means to the whole sequence. You notice how the crowd here isn't quite moving, but only the subject in the front is walking, and then the crowd is quite subdued. It's like all the focus is on the main character. This is what I'm talking about. Where if you want the entire crowd to move normally, then you pop in the crowd as a whole, and then you don't separate the main subject as an individual character. Where in this scene, I'm more interested with the character in the middle, just doing the walking on his own. And I don't really care too much about the crowd. And then this is how you prompt it. You prompt the man. And then people in the scene, they're talking, moving, and then they're doing something. They're a little moving, but they're not doing much. So that's how it is. And then maybe there's a prompt first sentence priority kind of thing. The second sentence is lower in priority. So if we're gonna separate the second sentence, then expect the second sentence to take lesser value. And then yeah, that's the thing. All right, I think that's all. That will cover. I'll showcase a scene where there's no subject, and then there's just the entire crowd, and you see how it's animated. The whole group of people is moving, and that's both ways to work around it. And it's very consistent. I have a few more crowd scene this third month, and every crowd scene was working. And then I'm just thinking that how powerful the hardware behind it is working. And then now I understand why Kling isn't offering the unlimited plan, because you don't see unlimited surface like that's able to produce a similar result. So I'm also asking, what happens if I'm just doing silly one person character? Am I working as hard as I possibly can, or this surface allows, and maybe not, right? Maybe to min-max Kling, you don't want to do too small scenes. A 2.0 is very impressive in terms of kinetic action, right? But don't forget that the 1.6 is also quite a cut above everything else. Even the Gen 4 is not rated as highly as a 4 months old 1.6. And I think it is thanks to the fact that it doesn't have an unlimited plan. It doesn't have to worry about spreading the hardware capability out. And it is conserved. And that's a powerful thing. I think because Kling is able to generate images like this, it is worth the price for a no unlimited premium pro premium plan, because it is able to take you there. Even 1.6 is able to take you there, and it's been quite reliable. I've been doing a lot of crowd scenes, so every crowd scene I have had no problem with it. Using the principle I mentioned, and then try it out if you need it. If you're doing crowd scene, it's very good. All right, till next time. I'll add this one more crowd scene here, just showcase an example, so you get a good feel of what Kling do with crowds. Just single subject the entire group, and let it go. Let's do magic. There's almost no effort at all. It's 2 short sentences. They run perfectly. Alright, hope this helps.